I literally built this in 35 seconds using Google's latest release, which was Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is now available in your Google AI Studio. And in today's video, I want to cover what this is, why it's important, and how you can make stuff like this, right? This little boat game where you can actually, I'm using my keys to control the boat, to go back and forth, go speeding, go backwards, right? I can go to the island if I'd like. Boom, there you go. I can cross it over it. So again, there's clouds in the sky. All this stuff was done again in 35 seconds using this latest release. So what's all this about? This new version basically builds on top of the existing one, right? Just has a major upgrade when it comes to reasoning capabilities, while of course still prioritizing speed and cost, which cost is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, and most important factor here with these models, because we want to be able to do stuff right at an affordable price. And of course, as time goes on, these models will only get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and also at the same time, of course, better. And so here's the prompt I used. I just went in here and asked it for, let me just scroll back up. Hey, listen, create a simple 3D sailing simulator with 3D.js in a single HTML file. Add clouds, waves, other boats, and a beach and sharks. Make sure it works on mobile. So it did not add the sharks, right? There's other boats. I can control it back and forth. I can go fast. Oh, actually, never mind. There's a shark right there, right? Yeah, there you go. That's a shark. There's no waves, though, at least not that I've seen them yet. But there you go. Super simple prompt. And again, just imagine the things you can do, right, with virtually any prompt you want. Now, after it spits out the HTML, just copy it and go to liveweave.com, paste it in here, hit enter, and your preview HTML will be up here. So that's it, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Comparing the 2.5 Flash with the 2.0, we'll see that, of course, it is a bit more expensive, which is expected when you're using higher reasoning models, because reasoning takes time takes computing power, and the more, I guess, stress and time you're putting on a computer to compute said thing, a bit redundant, it will be more costly because it will cost more energy. This basically boils down to electricity and money. So the more time it takes, the more electricity it will consume, the more expensive it is for the end user, okay? So again, more expensive for the input and the output as well. In terms of, as you see here, reasoning and knowledge, which is one of the biggest features and biggest advancements we want to see in these models. It's more than double the percentage points of the old one. Now, still, of course, comparing to OpenAI's, and I liked about what I like about Google is that they're hyper transparent in the stuff. They're not the best. Okay, so they're not just. They could have simply not put this here, right? They could have simply just put in the worst ones, but no, they're putting every single competitor here to show you that we're not the best yet at reasoning compared to OpenAI's O4 Mini. Doesn't matter. We're not the best at this and that. Doesn't matter. We're working on it. We're being transparent. We're good at more stuff. For example, we're way cheaper, right? Less than half and way more than half. And you can scroll past this stuff. This is like the boring stuff. You can look into it. The reality is that just this table is going to become obsolete in a month from now because a new model is going to come out, and then a new model, and then in 6 months from now, none of this is going to matter, okay? Because it's going to be way cheaper, way better, and a bunch of other new models will come out because this is a fight between who can have the biggest adoption and the best model for the end user. So you can read this stuff. I'll leave a link down below for this if you want to read it, but honestly, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. What matters is that you actually use and test out these things to build whatever it is that you want to build. It doesn't really matter if you're just building like a small game, a mobile app, a SaaS. Doesn't matter. And so moving on to something else, which is, let's say, for example, now I'm a business owner, right? I own a software that allows people to track. Okay, let me just write this here. Track how, let me just write this. Let me stop this for a second here and just open up a new one. Let's say, again, I'm a business owner and I have a software. I have a software called Arvo that allows people to track their brand mentions on AI-based or AI-LM-based search engines like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Grok, etc., and tells them how many times their brand is mentioned across multiple search fronts on multiple AI engines. In essence, it's an AI-LM brand mention tracker. I want you to write a blog post that's SEO optimized to rank first on Google and Bing for the keywords you think people wanting this kind of tool would be searching for. Boom. Run it. So, again, you don't need to use it for this type of stuff. It is fun to do this stuff, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. So you could then build in, like, if your boat crashes into the other boat, there's like an explosion. You can add a fisherman that maybe can fish for sharks. I mean, there's quite literally infinite possibilities. But then you can use it like for business stuff. Again, let's say you have this tool, which, by the way, quick plug, our tool is also doing that. We just rebranded from our old name, which is Journalist AI, to Arvo, and we just released that new feature. So we do a bunch of stuff like AI writing, AI optimizing. We have this AI agent that comes into your site and it fully optimizes it all. But I won't try to sell you on this right now. But one of the features we're building right now is this tool that allows you to track your brand mentions across LLMs. So previously with Google and Bing, there's a bunch of these rank trackers that allow you to track, okay, for all these keywords I want to rank for, what pages on my site are ranking and for which positions are they ranking for on Google? Because Google and Bing is simple, just a big thing where you search for something and there's 10 results. And so it's easy to say, hey, listen, you rank second for this keyword, you rank third for this one. For LLM-based search engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever, right? You give it a prompt and it gives you a text where it mentions your brand in a multiple place. So it's different. It's not really ranking, it's brand mentions. And so we felt like it was important for business owners, doesn't matter what business you have, like a service-based business, an e-commerce store, doesn't matter. We felt like it was important for you to be able to track how many times your brand shows up across all these AI-based search engines. And then also, of course, give you tangible tips on how you can improve your number of mentions, how you get more mentions, basically, okay? And that's basically a bit of context here. So we asked it, and there you go. It built the whole blog post, I see here. Target keywords, giving you a bunch of target keywords, AI brand mentioning, tracking. So this is perfect, right? Stuff like this, right? It's stuff that, yeah, I could have thought about, but having AI help me think about this stuff, right? And discussing things with me is way, way smarter. Now, then it gave me a draft. There you go. Title, Unlock AI Insights, how to track your brand mentions on ChatGPT, Cloud, Perplexity, and more, right? Meta description, URL, the slug, so the little thing that appears in the URL, and of course then the whole article as a whole with an FAQ section, I think down here as well. Oh, never mind. So, but no images, none of that. It's still pretty cool. Now I can also take this, by the way, and just check it in here. I'm just going to do this real quick. I know my goal is not to try and plug this software. Full disclosure, I own it, but still right from scratch. And I'm going to use our own AI because I think it's a bit better. And so let me just say AI assistant, and I'll just paste this prompt right here. Boom. So I'm basically speaking with this AI assistant. I gave it the same prompt. They say, okay, I can help you with draft a blog post optimized for SEO to track users looking for an LLM brand mention tracker like Arvo. I'll focus on keywords that potential users, whatever, right? So there you go, okay, whatever. Boom, there you go, that's the draft, right? Pretty cool. Accept, and then I can use this and I can just post this straight to my site if I'd like. I can also add links because I feel like this is a bit more context, so the AI will now read through the whole article, read through this part in specific, and find the best places to add links to. Boom, there you go. I can add images here as well if I'd like, and I can take a YouTube video, for example, this one, doesn't really matter what the video is, and just embed it here. Boom. I can do add keywords. I can sprinkle in my keywords here. I can have it, make it longer, make it shorter, simplify it, make a list, make a table. I can add custom prompts. And for example, let's say I don't like some stuff. Let's say I don't like this intro. Make it more beginner friendly. And so I can basically infinitely go back and forth with AI to just improve what I think could be improved, that stuff that I don't like. I can tell it to add images, add links, add videos, whatever. Basically, as an AI companion. And so now, again, I've rewritten the introduction to be more beginner friendly. Let me know what you think. So it removed a bunch of the complicated words and used more simple analogies for people who are maybe just getting started in it. So accept all, there you go. Now, it's up to you to choose which model you want to use. I could just copy this that it gave me right here and then paste it in here. Like I can delete all this and just paste it in here and use it, right? Or I can just use this own model, right? Our own AI model to write the articles. And then, for example, I can just edit the ones that I don't like. For example, let's go here to, this was an article generated by this AI. I can just go here and say, I don't like this image. Add a cat. And so because this is all AI, we can basically speak with the article and change things around. So this image is an image of a garden with a dog there. And if I say add a cat, it will take into account the same image of a garden now with a cat. There you go. So you can basically change things around as you wish. It automatically adds videos to the article, automatically adds links. So it's a bit more tailored for what you want to do. Again, you can take the draft they gave you, right, and paste it in there and have it add the images, or you can just use Arvo's AI that produces, this is basically the default, an article with the in-article images, internal links, external links, so linking out to other pages on your site. Maybe this one links out to your homepage, this links out to your services page, maybe this links out to another blog post, maybe this links out to Wikipedia, so external links, internal links, all this done for you automatically. The in-article images that add relevance to the article, even the in-article videos are relevant to what the content is about. So this is a video on lessons for beginner gardeners, and of course the title is the gardening tips for beginners. So this is a whole article about beginner tips. So the video was placed here, not at random. It was like the AI knows which videos to put on here, and then I can just push this straight to my site if I'd like. Now, stop talking about this stuff and going back to the Google's AI Studio for the Gemini 2.5 Flash. all we need to know basically is that it has higher reasoning capabilities. And of course, because of that, because it takes more time, more electricity, it is more expensive. And here's what people are thinking and looking at in the on Twitter, because Twitter is basically where all the tech bubble guys go to. Bard was, I guess, shitty. Gemini 2.5 Pro Flash is way, way better. People are speaking about it. There's the official announcement, real-world image subscription with Gemini 2.5 Pro. This is wild. In just a few hours, my friend forked OpenAI codecs to work with Gemini 2.5 Pro. I mean, you can just read through this stuff. But again, all this will become obsolete soon because, as I said before, new models will keep on coming out over and over again. So if I can urge you to do anything with this info is just to go test it out. Go build stuff. Go try stuff. Don't get too stuck into the weeds on, oh, this model is better because X, Y, Z. Oh, but I prefer ChatGPT. It doesn't matter, right? Whether you use ChatGPT, Arvo, Google, doesn't matter at all, right? Just go out and build stuff. And so this is a new channel. This is my very first video, but my goal is to put out as much info as I can on the AI space and on these new AI technologies. And by the way, if you want my help in ranking your site on Google, Bing, all these new AI-based search engines, so if you have a business and you want to make sure you show up, we have this service, and this is the only call to action I'll make. We have a service that guarantees you get 25% more organic search traffic in 90 days, or it's free. There's a bunch of results right here of people who tried it. We get them more traffic over and over again from Google, Bing, ChatGPT, and others. And I just need to book a call with me. So book a call so I can understand like what your business, what you sell, who's your customer, and if we can actually help you with getting more traffic. And so if that's you, if you want to get more traffic, this is my call to action. If not, no worries. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.